What are the biggest nutritional mistakes women make after the age of 40? Hi, I'm Jojo Tavares. This is the Heaven and Healthy YouTube channel, and you are here for a week that has to do with physical health. I go through all four pillars of health during the month. So this week is physical health. So if you are over 40 and you are trying to eat healthier, but your body isn't responding, especially not the way it used to respond. You may not be doing anything wrong. It's just that your body has changed. So you need to change what you're doing in order to get where you need to go. So here are some of the biggest nutritional mistakes that I see women make after the age of 40. So one, eating way too little protein. Most people, as they get older, they eat fewer and fewer things that have protein in it, less and less protein as they get older. For women, that's especially important not to do because we have a lot less muscle than men do. So we really can't afford to lose the muscle. And after the age of 40, we start losing muscle. By the time we're in our 50s, 60s, 70s, we've lost a significant amount. And the way that we build your muscle, maintain your muscle a lot is protein. So protein becomes more and more important as we get older, as we age. We want to preserve our skeletal mass. We want to preserve our muscle mass. And we want to lose body fat, not muscle when we're losing weight. So make protein a priority at every meal. We should be eating 6 small meals a day, not the 3 big meals a day, like they taught us when we were kids. I've talked about that previously. Okay, two. Eating too little overall. That's one of the things that I did. I noticed a lot of women over the age of 40 will have that issue. They think, and we're told by our doctors, by the way, eat less, right? Eat less, move more, and that's supposed to make you healthy. Not really. When I asked my doctor how much I was supposed to eat in order to lose weight, because I was 40 pounds overweight at the time, she said, limit yourself to a certain number of calories. I was eating way fewer calories than what she suggested for me to lose weight. The challenge with that is that it actually promotes weight gain because your body is like starving. So it holds on to the fat. So you cannot release that. It keeps you unhealthy to eat because you're not getting the nutrition that you need. So eating too little, second thought, agree. Skipping meals, it goes along with number two. But you think having long stretches in between the meals that you're eating, regardless of whether or not you have protein, you should, at each meal, you are not getting what you need and you're going to be ravenous later. So if you don't eat in the morning, and if this is what my husband used to do, not eat breakfast, then he'd skip lunch, he'd have very little right after lunch, and then he'd eat ravenously for dinner, and then snacks, and by the time you go to bed. So you have all this stuff. And then if you are ravenous, you're going to be eating whatever's available, which is probably not the best healthy for us. Number four, treating carbohydrates like it's the enemy. So having too many is a bad thing, but not having to think about, I'm going to cut all carbs out. That's not a good thing either. So the bigger question is what kind of carbohydrates are you eating, and what you're eating alongside those carbohydrates makes all the difference. So number five, not eating enough fiber. Okay, vegetables, fruits, beans, whole grains. We'll talk about carbohydrates, whole grains, and other high fiber foods can help actually support digestion, make you feel full, and just overall health if you have enough fiber. Okay, drinking not enough water. And a lot of them will say fluids are all fluid. No, they're not. Water is very important. So you want to make sure that you're having, generally it's about 64 ounces of water a day minimum. You don't want to have too much because if you have too much, then it causes some other problems and everything. But most people don't drink enough water during the day. So that sometimes feel like hunger. So if you're feeling hungry, you actually could be thirsty. A lot of people mistake that. You have fatigue. It could actually be a hydration issue, and you don't want to wait until you feel thirsty, because if you're somebody like me who is used to not drinking, or I used to not drink very much at all. I was permanently dehydrated. I didn't feel dehydrated. So if you're used to not drinking a lot of water, you're not going to feel thirsty. So you need to drink before you feel that thirst, because by that time it's pretty late. Number 7, focusing only on the scale. So one of the challenges that I see is people looking at the scale. Oh, I lost 5 pounds this week. Well, the 5 pounds could have been visceral fat. It could have been fat, or it could have been muscle. So if you're not getting enough protein, you're trying to lose weight, you could lose muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. And muscle is not something you want to lose. Fat is something you want to lose, because that's not healthy for you. But having muscle is definitely healthy for you. So you want to make sure that it's not the number on the scale, but it's actually losing the visceral fat and other fat rather than the muscle. And the last thing is expecting a diet that worked when you were in your 30s, 20s, or teens is going to work forever. When we, especially women, men's bodies change too, but women's bodies change massively during perimenopause and menopause. So the thing that worked for you when you were in your teens, 20s, 30s may not, probably will not work for you in your 40s, 50s, 60s. So you need something that is a strategy that gives you all of those things, protein, water, all the things we talked about, that is actually going to work for your body. So you don't need to go back, your body doesn't need to go back to perimenopause, pre-menopause. You just need a nutrition plan that actually works for women over 40. I can help you with that if you're interested, if you want to actually get healthy and stay healthy. My challenge for this week is do all the things. Listen to this again and implement all of those that you can, one step at a time, but all of those eventually. And come back next week and hear more about the other pillars